Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a sit down video, something a little bit different to what I've ever done before, but I really wanted to share this with you guys just because it's really helped me in the last couple of weeks. So since the new year I've been practicing basically everything that I'm going to talk about with you guys in this video today, and I have seen a massive difference, and we're nearly at the end of January. By the time the video goes up, it probably will be the end of January. So it's the 26th of January today, and so I've been doing everything that I'm going to talk about since the first, since the new year, and I'm just going to talk to you guys about, you know, how it can really change your life and help you reach and achieve the goals that you set yourself. So to begin with, I wanted to talk about how I stay on top of my goals. So whether they're small goals, so short-term goals or long-term goals, how I achieve those, or how I make sure that I'm staying on track with everything, because it's easy to get caught up in everyday life, with work, with families, with friends, and kind of put your goals and your targets to the back of the list, rather than, you know, that should be your priority really. You should always try and put yourself and your goals first. Although you should always make time for your family and friends, there needs to be the right balance in life. So what I usually do, so on the 1st of January, I actually sat down and I wrote down my long-term goals and my short-term goals. So long-term goals would be, for example, things that you want to achieve in the next 5 years or the next 10 years or even the next a year or 2 years. Short-term goals are, you know, something that you can set yourself. So in a few months I want to see these results, or by the end of this month I want to do this, you know, so that's the difference between the two of them. So this diary, journal, whatever you want to call it, planner, is amazing. So I got this from WH Smith and I literally got it a few days before the new year. I think it was like £13 or £14, but it's really good. So I just really loved the layout of it all, and I thought that the layout would really help me, and it really has. I've never actually done this before, where every day I make sure that I'm staying on top of my goals and what I want to achieve for that day. So basically I'll just show you guys what's in this planner and then how it helps me as well. So like I said, on the 1st of January I sat down and I set myself some goals. So at the front here, there wasn't really anywhere to put your goals because it's not really like a goal setting planner type thing, but I just wanted it written down somewhere, because I do believe that if you write it down, you know, although you know in your mind what you want to achieve and the goals that you want to set for yourself, I feel like if it's written down in front of you, you can always visualise it and remind yourself of that every day. Some days you might be feeling a bit down and, you know, not really feeling very motivated, and you can just always open this, look at it and think, okay, you know, I might not have had a great day today, but tomorrow I can be one step closer to what I want to achieve. So that's really why I wrote this all down. I won't go through each of my goals because, you know, some of them I do want to just keep private. But mainly it's just, obviously I want to focus a lot more on my YouTube and Instagram content this year. That is a big thing for me. This is what I enjoy. I really enjoy putting content out there for you guys. So I would appreciate, you know, if you could all provide feedback as well. Leave comments down below. Tell me what you want to see from me, because that is one of my short-term goals, I would say, is to just make sure that I'm consistent on those platforms. And long-term goals is probably more for my husband and I, so to buy a property, buy a house, for a family house, and just to kind of get better at saving as well. So we have been on very extravagant holidays and we've lived a really good lifestyle, and we still will continue to do that, but we just need to be more aware of our spending and keeping on top of finances. So that's another part of the video, and I will talk about how I plan to stay on top of my finances and our finances for this year, and hopefully, you know, if that is one of your goals for this year as well, hopefully that can help you out as well. So yeah, going back to this, so how it's set out is weekly you have page where it says for this week, and it has an overview of Monday to Friday and then the weekend. And then you can basically write an overview of what you plan to do on each day, even if you have any appointments or anything like that, just to factor those in as well. And then you have the 7 days pages for that week. And then after the 7 days pass, you'll have another this week overview. So on the day pages, obviously at the top you can write the date down, and then on the right hand side here, well, if you're looking at it, it's actually the left hand side, but right hand side here you have a to-do list. So just to make sure that your everyday things are getting done, so for example things like laundry, cleaning, ironing, say if you have to drop something off at the post office, just everyday things. For me personally, I like to have it written down just so that at the end of the day I know that this is what I wanted to get done and I've made sure it's done and I can tick it off at the end. And then on the other side you've got a little section and it says today's goals, and it's got 5 goals that you can write down in a day. So, so for example, on one day I might have edit vlog, film a video, post content on Instagram. That's just an example for mine. Those are obviously short term, so every day I set myself certain goals, and I do find that writing them down and setting them makes me want to do it more, and it motivates me to do it, because at the end of the day the last thing I want to do is open my planner and see that I have 5 goals on there and I've only done 2 of them, whereas actually 5 goals a day, as long as they're not really big time consuming goals, 5 goals a day should be achievable. Obviously set yourself goals that are achievable for the day, and if they're not, then they should be in your short-term goals, not your daily goals. But yeah, so it's really helpful to stay on track of everything, and like I said, at the end of the day I really enjoy just the satisfaction of just ticking that goal off for the day, because you feel like you have had a really productive day, as well as, you know, being at work. So again, your goals might be work related. I do have a similar layout that I do for work. So when I'm at work I have my to-do list of what I want to get through for that particular day. So this is obviously for my own personal goals, not work related or not career related. Of course, that's if you want your career to be a part of your personal, then that's absolutely fine as well. But that's just not my focus. I'm quite happy with where I'm working at the moment, and happy with how it's going. So I want to, this year is for me to focus more on my other goals in my personal life. So yeah, and then underneath that you've got the notes box, just there, and in that you can literally write anything. If it's someone's birthday, if you have an appointment that day, just literally anything. That's just handy to have on the page. You know, if you don't want to write it on your phone, you can open your planner and just write it in there. And then my favourite part actually of the daily pages is that right at the bottom it just has 2 little lines there, and it says the best thing that happened to you today. And some days I actually I don't do it every single day, which I really should, but some days you know, something out of the ordinary might happen, or it might just be something that happens on a daily basis but you really appreciate it, or you're really thankful for it, so you write it down at the bottom of the page. And why I love this part so much is because at the end of the year, or 6 months down the line, I can go back and look at the month of January and see what I've written on each day, because obviously the dates are dated at the top as well. The pages are dated at the top. And I can look back and think, oh my god, yeah, I remember that moment or that time or that day. So it's really nice to look back at and actually see that some things that you might have appreciated a year ago might be completely different to what you're now appreciating. So I just like to see the changes that happen in my life over the year as well. So that is another thing that I'm looking forward to doing at the end of this year, is just to like flick through this. And I really hope that WH Smith do this planner next year as well, or the end of this year, because I would love to continue doing what I'm doing for 2020, obviously in years to come as well. I just think it's great no matter what your goals are. for you to kind of keep track of them the way that I'm doing it. Another thing that I think is great, which I haven't actually got around to doing yet, but another thing that I think is really, really great to stay on top of your goals is to create a vision board. So literally, however small or however big your goal might be, just create a vision board. You can cut out pictures and, you know, write down things however you want to make it, of things that you want in your life or things that you want to achieve. And again, it doesn't have to be for your short-term goals or your long-term goals. It can be both, all on the vision board. It's just anything that you know. So I have recently been reading some books and a lot of quotes actually as well, that talk about the law of attraction and affirmations. So the law of attraction is basically what you put out in the universe is what you will attract back. So if you say, you know, if you think about positive vibes and you affirm that every single day, that is what will come back into your life. So for example, for myself, since the new year, I've really wanted to take a eyelash extension course, just because I really, really enjoy it. As you guys know, I'm already a makeup artist, but I wanted to add another skill to that. So I'm doing this for my own personal development, and just because I've always been really, really into lashes. So as January came, I booked a course and I'm now doing the course this coming week. And now I've literally, you know, that's all I've been thinking for a long, long time, and now it's really coming to reality, and I'm launching that as part of my makeup business. So if you want to see my makeup page, it's at Just Jeeves. Sorry, it's not called that anymore. It's at Beauty by Jeevan on Instagram, and that's just where I put all of my makeup work, and I will put my lash work on there as well once I start getting lash clients. So again, that's, you know, a lot of my thoughts and a lot of what I talk about recently have been based around that. And I feel like literally just because I've been affirming it so much and putting that positive energy towards that and towards my goal and my dream, I feel like it's all coming true. And obviously a lot of that is you have to put the work in. You know, nothing's going to happen if you just sit there and say, I want this, I will be a millionaire, but you're sitting there on your ass and not actually doing anything about it. It works both ways. So it is being positive towards that, but it's also working towards it as well. Both go hand in hand, and if you do them both together, I truly, truly believe that you will start to see the results. Like I said, it's only the 26th of January and I'm already seeing them results. I'm feeling super, super positive. And the thing is, the more you do it and the more positive vibes you put out there, the more positive you will feel on a continuous basis. Obviously, there will be days where you feel a little bit down, but that's just normal, and you shouldn't look at it as a setback. You should just work through it, and it will make you a better and stronger person. So my main goal for this year is to try and be the best version of yourself, and I think that should always be your goal throughout life. But sometimes things can really set us back, and I feel that if you're not in the right frame of mind, and there's other parts of your life that are affecting you, and that's what's causing you to not be the best version of yourself, then I really feel that before you even do any of what I'm saying to you, you need to work on that stuff. So whether it's an issue with a job, a financial issue, a family issue, I do believe that it needs to be dealt with head on, and you need to be in the best frame of mind that you can before you start doing what I'm talking about today. Because if you start doing all this topical stuff, you know, the other things that you need to deal with, the problems are still there. If you don't deal with the problems, then you can't move forward, is basically what I'm trying to say. The reason why I'm saying this is because last year I was in a complete different frame of mind. I was at a job where I was really unhappy, and now I'm in a job where I am really happy, and it helps so much, you know, coming back from work and actually not feeling drained and not feeling, you know, upset or stressed out. It's just amazing, because it gives me endless amounts of time to work towards goals that I want to work towards. So for me, that is really important. And if you are, you know, writing down your goals, trying to work towards your goals, but you just feel like you're not getting anywhere, maybe there is something else in your life that you need to focus on and change before you start working towards other goals. So what has really also helped me since the new year is I actually got gifted Vex King's book, Good Vibes, Good Life. And honestly, this book is so amazing. I will read on what it says on the back about this book, but a lot of what I've spoken about has actually come from, I mean, it's come from other, you know, my own experiences as well, and my husband's really into all of this stuff as well. But this book is honestly really amazing, because the reason why I think it's so good, obviously there's a lot of motivational books out there, but the reason why I like this one is that it's really relatable. So he talks about real life situations that you can relate with, and I feel like that makes it easier for a person to kind of think, oh, actually, you know, whereas usually I would think like this, maybe I should change my thought process and think like this and be more positive, and this is how I could change the situation, or maybe I should react in a different way. So this is just a really great book. It's $10.99, you know, it's really worth it. And I've seen a lot of people on Instagram have reread this book just because it, you know, puts them in the frame of mind and the state of mind that they need to be in. So I'll just read what it says on the back. So it says, be the best version of you that you can be. So even before I got this book, I knew that that was my main goal for this year, and actually for my life. You know, that should always be your goal. You should always want to be the best version of yourself. And I love that it's got it on this book, because I just think, you know, that's how it should be. It says, how can you learn to truly love yourself? How can you transform negative emotions into positive ones? Is it possible to find lasting happiness? In this book, Instagram guru Vex King answers all of these questions and more. Vex overcame adversity to become a source of hope for thousands of young people, and now draws from his personal experience and his intuitive wisdom to inspire you to practice self-care, overcome toxic energy. So as I was saying, if you're in a toxic environment, whether it's work, family, whatever, finances, you need to remove yourself from that. And prioritise your well-being. Cultivate positive lifestyle habits, including mindfulness and meditation. Change your beliefs to invite great opportunities into your life. Manifest your goals using tried and tested techniques. Overcome fear and flow with the universe. Find your higher purpose and become a shining light for others. I love that one. In this book, Vex will show you that when you change the way you think, feel, speak and act, you begin to change the world. I literally believe this book so much. It is so true. Like I said, you have to be willing to put the work in as well. But if you do that and you follow this, you know, you truly change the way you think, I do truly believe that you will achieve all of your goals. And then lastly, I wanted to touch on, like I mentioned a little bit earlier in this video, is the finance side of things. But this year I've really wanted to knuckle down on our finances and really try and be strict on certain areas of where we're spending, and see where we could maybe make some cutbacks, try to save a little bit more, and that will in the long run help us reach the goals that we have set ourselves. So in order to do this, I am actually using Patricia Bright's, I think it's called The Break social platform. Let me just double check. It's called The Break Social on Instagram, and she's now got a YouTube channel for that as well. And it's all about staying on top of your finances, staying motivated and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of career stuff on there as well, so I highly recommend checking that out. But more than anything, I honestly think the spreadsheet that she's put together is amazing. So you can purchase it from, I think she has the link on her YouTube video that she actually shows the spreadsheet and goes through it step by step. But you can purchase it, I think it's like $1.99, and it is so good. It literally has every single field you could possibly need. So at the top you would put in your income and how much you make net each month, and then it calculates it for the year. If you have a second income, then you can put that as well. You can add and chop and change whatever you feel like. And then literally it has a section for all expenses, so bills, personal expenses, social expenses, literally everything that you could think of. And then it's even got a savings section, so it shows you how much you would be left with after you have paid out all of your bills and all the other expenses for the month. And then it shows you how much you have left over and how much you could potentially save. So then it's obviously up to you how much of what you've got left over you want to put into savings, and then the rest of it, I don't know, you can have surplus income to do whatever you want. You could have a holiday fund, anything you obviously feel like. Everyone's situation is different, so I honestly think it's a brilliant way. And so this spreadsheet actually has two tabs. So the first tab is your budget, so like I said, it has everything that you can input, so how much your phone bill is, how much your petrol is, how much car insurance is, how much travel is to work, how much you spend on Ubers each month. And that's your budget that you set yourself, and I did this before this year started. And then your actuals, which I will complete for obviously this month, your actuals will be what you actually spent on your food shopping, your travel, your bills, and then you compare your actuals to your budget and see what's gone right and what's gone wrong and where you could improve. So I really hope this video helped you guys. I've really noticed a massive difference in my life already, so I really hope that, you know, if you do follow what I've mentioned in this video, that you do start to see some positive changes in your life. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful, helpful. Let me know what you think, or if you need any more advice, if you have any more questions, then also don't hesitate to contact me. You can either leave a comment below, or you can contact me through my email. I'll leave that down below as well if you'd prefer to do that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a big thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe as well. I will be posting new videos every week, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!